Hello, my name is Odysseus Bailer. My definition of being a man is someone that isn't afraid to get in touch with his feelings and to be vulnerable and to open up. And also someone that isn't afraid to stand up for what's right. You know, to see the value of all people, no matter if they're male, female, or part of the transgender community, and sticking up for them, and not so much sticking up for them, but just being the best ally that you can be for other groups of people and what they have to go through in society. To me, that is the definition of a man. My biggest pressure as a man is just being able to provide for a family down the road. That's always a really big pressure on males because the societal norms of being able to provide and having a job that allows you to have the house, have the kids, have the cars and everything like that. So that's always a really big pressure on men. And also another pressure is just the stereotype of just being a man, always being like tough and macho and not showing your feelings, because if you show your feelings then you're weird or you're unfortunately gay if you show your feelings. And it's just, you know, it's a lot of unwanted pressure when it comes to that, but the more like realistic pressure that everybody feels, which is just basically just having a life that's comfortable for you and your family if one decides to have a family. To me, what makes a good man is someone that can be respectful of people of all backgrounds, of all ideologies, and of all intelligent levels. Meaning, there are going to be people out there that's going to know a lot more than you are, right? That is just the fact of life. But being able to just sit down and have and listen to someone explain, you know, whether it's like a business plan or explain their way of life to you, even though you never really experienced it, will help you empathize and sympathize with people of all backgrounds, of all skin colors, of all religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, of all sexes, because you are getting a little taste into their world. You're not going to be an expert on them, but you at least have like a little bit of taste. So when you have extremists from both left and right of very strong views, you can look at it with a better peripheral vision, like an eagle or like a bird, right? You landscape everything to get the whole picture, and then that way you're not just tunnel vision everything that is out there, and just try, and that will also help you become a better ally as well, down the road, because you took the time to just listen to that other individual that is in a different situation that you're in. Even though you might not agree, with their lifestyle or situation, you might not agree with their views on the world or just on other human beings, but you at least gave them that time, that you at least respectful enough of that time, of their time, to hear them out. And that's more valuable than anything. And to me, that's what makes a good man. How do I define toxic male masculinity? I define it as the world revolves around straight males, heterosexual males. Women are just around for our own sexual pleasure and not seeing the value that they have as people and to the workforce and just into society and our way of living. Anybody who is not straight, sports and rah 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 is, second class citizens. And that is not true at all. And that is something as a male, as males on this planet, we need to change that old world way of thinking about people who are not hetero, straight males. So that's, to me, that's toxic masculinity is, thinking that you can say whatever you want to another group of individuals and not feel and not deal with the repercussions of your actions or your words. That is toxic male masculinity. Only looking, like I said before, only looking at women as, you know, something to pleasure you sexually, but, you know, being so quick to demean them, or to, yeah, or just to like demean them as people. So yeah, that's something that we have to do a better job of, and we have to be able to speak out against it whenever we do see it. Prime example, like, I think, what was it, the Gillette commercial that came out, I think, a couple of years ago, around the beginning of the Me Too movement, where it just showed like a whole bunch of guys, pretty much, exerting their male privilege, and saying like how they can't say things anymore, or how they can't be guys. So it just goes to show that, they, in my personal opinion, they have a very warped sense of what it's like to be a male. So so to me, that is what so that's how I define toxic male masculinity.